Alright guys, welcome, new solo leveling a Rise video, and today I'm going to break to you guys the best blessing stones for each content. It's gonna be a full guide on blessing stones, which one you should be using in one type of content and which one are the best. In case you missed it, I also upload the skill guide video. I feel like those two kind of go together, so I figured I would mention it here. As always, if you enjoy my content and wish to support me, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Let's get those 2,000 subs. Thanks a lot for the support, let's get into it. So first of all, when do you unlock blessing stones? At some point in the story, I can't remember when, I'm sorry, but you'll unlock the first blessing stone and you'll get a free one, which is that one. You'll get it in blue, but it's the same thing. Daily quest completion. If your HP falls to 1, you become immortal for 4 seconds. When the immortal effect ends, you recover HP, right? So this is something that allows you to revive pretty much once in a fight. And once you reach level 50, you'll unlock the second slot. Once you reach level 60, the third one, and finally the last one, you'll unlock it once you reach level 70. How do you get more blessing stones? So it's the same as the skill runes, right? It's in the fusion tab, that's right here. So it costs blessing powder, powder of blessing, sorry. It costs 50 to get one blessing stone. You'll get a blue one most of the time, but you have a small chance to get a purple one. And then once you have 3 dupes of a blue one, you can merge them into either a blue one, or you have chances to get a purple one. And once you have 3 dupes of a purple one, you have chances to get a gold one, right? So now the second question obviously is, where do you get those powders? So the main way is Power of Destruction, which is the dragon, right? Let me show you guys. So as you can see in the dragon, you have those solo challenges where you get blessing, powder of blessing, sorry, and also in the ranks, right, you get more blessing, and then you also get those chests that can give you more powder as well. So that's the main way to get them. You can also get some through achievements, challenges, and of course story, right? So currently there's 24 blessing stones. Each stone can be in 3 different rarities. You have the blue one, the purple one, and then the legendary one, the gold one, right? Obviously, the better the rarity, the better the effect, right? It's always the same effect, but it's enhanced. And then we get to the main part of the video, obviously, which are the best blessing stones. So just like the skills, it depends on the content you're doing. So I'm gonna mention the main ones, and then I'll talk about the more niche ones. So pretty much for any content, story, Battlefield of Trials, Gates, Battlefield of Time, even Dragon, like all those stuff, the ones you want to run are one that increase your damage. So there's a lot of them, honestly, and you also have this one. That one doesn't enhance your damage, right? But it gives you that immortality once, right? Like I said. So if you're against a boss, you may die or something, you can use that one. If you know you're not gonna die, then the main ones I would run would be Double-Edged Sword. It increases your attack, but also increases the boss's attack, so watch out with that one. Second one is Mana Rampage, increases your attack, but also increases your skill mana consumption. On Jinwoo, it's not that big of a problem, so you shouldn't worry about that one. Boss Slayer, obviously, whenever you're against a boss, you should be running that one. Extra damage on bosses, pretty straightforward. Weakness detection also, if you have the advantage on the element against your boss, you can use that one, it's really good. And lastly, we have Advanced Dagger Technique. That one is not that good because you need the boss to be below 70%, but it still can be useful. And if you don't have those stones, you can always run Morax Domain. It gives you a bit of additional damage, as well as Bloodlust. That one kind of gives you more damage. Those aren't that good, but they can be used if you don't have the other ones. And honestly, that's the stones I use for almost every piece of content. Doesn't matter if it's hard or not. If it's really hard, I would use the daily quest completion so I don't die, obviously. But then outside of that, just go pure damage. You kind of need it, honestly. For the dragon, it's pretty similar. If you can't kill the golem fast enough, you need to keep the daily quest completion, obviously. Otherwise, the dragon's breath is going to kill you. But outside of that, you can just go full damage. That will be the best way. For the Battlefield of Time, usually want to run 4 damage stones, so like you can get the best timer as you can. If needed, you can use the daily quest completion, like if the boss bodies you too much. And now that I talked about the most common scenarios, here are some blessing stones that can be useful in some scenarios, but it's pretty niche, right? So first, there's Camouflage. I remember using that one for some 3 trophies mission in the story, right? The fact that the enemies can't target you for a moment is nice, especially like for the don't get hit a certain amount of time missions, or stay above a certain HP percentage mission. Be aware of that one. It's pretty good. So like when you receive damage exceeding 5% of your max HP, You camouflage for 3 seconds and recover 2% of your HP every 1 second. So you get a bit of heal and then you also can't get hit, so it's pretty cool. Second one is Pulverize. The power of the break effect you apply to your enemies increased by 18%. The damage you deal to targets affected by the break effect increased by 18%. It's pretty nice to break faster. Maybe against some bosses that are hard to break, you might need that one. I think I used it once for like a golem. Once in a gate, I think. I don't remember. But I think I used it like sometimes. It's okay. Third one is Title Demon Slayer. Increases your MP. The blue one is 600. The purple one is 800. The gold one is 1000. If you have mana problems at the end of some fights, you could use that one. I was running low on mana against the dragon at some point, so I was running it sometimes. So yeah, it can be useful. And then there's two others. Swiftness, you can dash one more time and you have 18% chance of having your dash cooldown reset once you're dashing, right? So against some bosses, you need to dodge a lot. So maybe you could use an extra dash, right? So I remember using it against those orcs, like the Warden orcs, I think the name is. I remember using it against those ones because they just spam you. And finally, HP Extraction. I actually love that Blessing Stone, only for one thing and one thing only, is the Ant Gate. You probably see the one I'm talking about, the one where there's all the ants that deal a lot of DOT damage to you with all the poison and stuff. You just go in with fighter skills and like whatever weapons you have and like also Commander's Touch. And once they deal too much damage to you, you just throw Commander's Touch in there and you kill a bunch of ants and you go back to full health. That's one of the blessing stones that carry you through that gate, honestly. So yeah, remember that one. It's gonna save your life, honestly. All the other blessing stones that I didn't talk about could reveal themselves to be useful at some point, but right now they really don't have any usage. I don't see people using them. I don't use them, and yeah, like I don't think it's useful to just read all the passives and tell you if it's good or not. Like, I mentioned the big ones, and like the other ones, you just don't have the space to use them, honestly. There's so much good blessing stones that the other ones are kind of useless. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today's, guys. Let me know in the comments if it was useful to you. As always, like and subscribe if you did. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys in my next one. See ya.